We just finna go live, man. What's good, Raider Nation? Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's feeling live, feeling energized this morning. Welcome to Raider Tape. Good morning, Nation. You already know what it is. Your favorite Raiders morning show. It's time to get this thing cracking, man. I see people in the chat already. People are out here. People are feeling good, lively this morning. Look, you should be. You should be, especially if you're a Raiders fan, because we know it's cracking. Let's see who's all in the building. Eric Hunter, man, appreciate you pulling up early. Early bird gets the worm. He says, I love to win, but we have to blitz every now and then. 6 and 7 on fourth downs won't cut it. Raider Nation for life. Most definitely, Eric, most definitely. I hear you there, man. But good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a blessed morning. I hope everybody's feeling energized. Let me switch this thing around. Hope everybody's feeling energized. Everybody's feeling good. Victory Monday. You already know what it is. Tom Collins in the building. Good morning, Nation. Blessed for sure. Yes, most definitely blessed. Most definitely Dave Maxfield in the building. That was the craziest game I ever watched, man. Yeah, it was one of the crazy ones, bro. It was one of the crazy ones, most definitely. And that's Raiders football for you. That's definitely Raiders football. You know how we get down, man. We can't win just a regular game. We can't win a regular game, man. It has to be crazy. It has to be a show. And that's what the Raiders definitely put on. Let me get to some more comments real quick. I was screaming, call it timeout before the Drainers last touchdown. Glad it worked out for us. Yeah, man. There was a lot of things that we could have done differently, but at the same time, let's just focus on the victory. Let's focus on the fact that we won. We persevered. We made it through this season, and now we're in the playoffs. The fact we're in the playoffs this season is a success in my books. Tickler in the building, man. Shout out Tickler. He says, Joey Bozo blows his nose. No playoffs for you. Man, I'm looking for Boza. I'm looking for Joey Boza's press conference, man. Okay? Sorry, I'm eating breakfast, going live at the same time. I hope y'all ate y'all breakfast. You know what I mean? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But I'm looking for that Joey Boza press conference. That man skipped the press conference after the game. Is that what you're telling me? If y'all could find the press conference of Joey Boza after this game, let me know. Tag me. If there was any interview with Joey Boza after the game, make sure y'all tag me. Send the link in the chat if y'all find that, because I didn't find no Joey Boza. And Booty says Joey was hella quiet. Exactly. My guy was quiet. He was nowhere to be found. He was quiet for the game, quiet after the game. That boy needed to shut his damn mouth, right? We won top 38-41. Oh, we won 20 time of possession, 38-41, 31-19. Turnover battle 2-0. Rushing attack 174 to 85. Beautiful number there. I'm impressed. That is sound football in my book. Most definitely a collective effort from this team. 64 attempts from Herberts. Yeah, we're going to hop all into this tickler, most definitely. We shut them out in the first and third quarters with zeros. Our defense shut them out 2 quarters. I mean, they did kick okay, but Herbert is a beast. Yeah, man. Herbert was tripping and making them plays. D. Hemper says, good, resilient Raider morning from California. Yes. Shout out, Cali. If you're on the East Coast, I already know it's about to be 12 o'clock out there. But you're over here around Sacramento, where I'm at. If you're in California, if you're on the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time, it's about to be 9 o'clock. So a lot of people just getting their day started, going to school, you know what I mean, going to work, getting their gym in. So appreciate y'all being here. Jesse in the building says Raiders all day, baby. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Shout out Shindo, Zach, Knock, Andrew, Noah Barron. John is in the building. Aunt P pulled up with us, man. What's good with it? Buddha, as we said. Dave S., how about them Raiders? Yeah, you already know what's good with it. Dirty, I see you, man. What it do, Dirty? Dirty's in the building. Always giving that insight. Mike Morris says, feeling those playoff vibes. Most definitely, man. You can feel the energy this morning. Just getting up and knowing we're still in the hunt, man. Chris Gang in the building. I see you with the new picture, brother. You over there feeling yourself in the new pic, brother. Chris Poot in the building. Missed you, man. Signed Joey Bosa's couch. Yeah, man. Shout out Joey Bosa, punk ass. Top of the morning, brother. Yeah, shout out Neat pulling up on us. Sinister is in the building. Ray Love was good with you, family. Let's get this in. T-Man95 is in the building. Says Raiders. Yeah. You already know what it is. Jorge, what's good with you, man? Let's go get our revenge on the kitty cats now. Yeah, on them bungholes, man. Let's go get them bungholes. Nigerian Prince says, bring on Cincy. without a doubt, man. Bring on Cincy. And I feel like it kind of. Who would y'all rather play? Let me ask y'all this question, man. Shout out Chris for pulling up. He says, I live in the UK, so game was on at 1:20 a.m. I still ain't been to sleep. Dang, Chris. You pulled an all-nighter. That boy pulled a 24. Midwest Raider says, I will be in the building come Saturday. Super geeked. Sheesh. That's going to be a fire game, Midwest. That's going to be a fire game, Midwest. I hope you have fun, safe travels, wherever you're traveling from, man. Shout out Ronald in the building. Says, good morning, Raider Nation. Shout out everybody in the Raider Nation that pulled up last night, that's pulling up right now. Everybody that's become a new member, everybody in the Raider Nation. Shout out to all y'all for the support for this season alone. This is my first season doing content. So shout out to everybody in the chat for supporting, for being here, for making this such a fantastic season, man, with everything that's happened. Y'all made this season so fun. Y'all made this season so great. And honestly, I want to be doing it without y'all. It wouldn't have been this fun without y'all. To be honest, beforehand, there wasn't a lot of people to talk to about the Raiders stuff. Now, I got a whole family behind me to talk about Raiders football, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. Jackie Choon in the building. Raider, good morning, brother. Let's get some revenge on them Bengals next week. Yeah, we definitely got to get that revenge, man. And I like the fact that we played them already and that it might sound weird, but I'm glad we lost that first one against them. I know that sounds crazy, but I'd rather go in the game knowing we lost to them before, and then now our mindset is, look, we lost to them. Now we're going to go beat the brakes than the other way around, because then you can kind of go in with that mentality of kind of undermining your opponent if you had already beat them, if you guys know what I'm saying. Let me kind of adjust these blinds real quick because it's kind of messing up the lighting. Turn that down just a tad bit. All right, that should be better. Now I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that blinds. I'm going to have the blinds glaring in my face. Top of the morning, Jody. I see you, family. Jody pulled up on us. Jody 510 in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ray Dizzy says, what's good, Raiders Nation? Victory Monday. Victory Monday it is. I hope everybody's having a blessed, healthy, good morning. Make sure y'all get it in. Make sure y'all eat. Make sure y'all hydrate. Get y'all water. Get y'all hydration. Make sure y'all eat. Make sure y'all get that workout in, a good stretch in. And let's move on about our day. Move on about our week. Mike Morris. You won't find Bosa's pressure. Boy kind of curls up when the pressure is on. Yo, comment of the morning. I'm going to have to use that later, man. That boy, when the pressure's on, that boy likes to curl up in the ball, huh? Punk-ass Joey bozo-ass fool. Talking all that shit. Now they got him quiet as a mouse. Alex Marquez says, what up, Ray? What's up with you, Alex? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate your service, brother. Be safe. Good morning, nation. Yes, sir, Raider Solo. We see you. He had to go powder his nose, and then he curled up into a ball. Maybe he powdered his nose with the ball. That joke might go over some people's head. Lord Zameness in the building says, called off to work to watch the game. One of my supervisors even called me 3 times, but F1 Raider Nation comes first. Y'all don't get fired for Raider Nation, man. Don't get fired for Raider Nation. You're going to end up like Damon Arnett. Man. But appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Yesterday's game was fire. So if you called off and it's all good, bro, it's definitely a game worth calling off for. I mean, let's be serious. It's definitely a game that was worth calling off for. So you may have made the right call, bro. Element Pro in the building. He said, can we be positive today? 100%, bro. Nothing but positivity in this chat. Yesterday, I was feeling the same way. Nope, nothing but positivity. Today, nothing but positivity, man, because, look, we're going to the playoffs, and we got to keep it consistent with our attitude. So let's keep it up. Sean Grover says, 3rd and 4th down defense was horrible. Bradley has to fix that up ASAP. Yeah, it was, definitely. And like Element Pro said, we're going to stay positive today, but we're going to continue have constructive criticism, as I should say, have healthy debates, as I should say, and still look for improvements from this team, because we still have to change things, right? We still have to do things to become better. We're going to the playoffs. Y'all know I'm a Carr guy. I like Derek Carr, and I was very critical of him, and I'm going to be very critical. You guys may see me become as critical of Derek Carr as you've ever seen me, because at this point, I put everything on him. At this point, it's all on Derek Carr. So, If you see me become very critical of Derek Carr, yes, don't be surprised. Got me some Del Taco from. Let me say, got some Del Taco for this hangover, man. Yeah, do what you got to do. Everybody gets over the hangover different. Louis said, "Good morning, Raid. Go Raiders. 10-7 playoffs. Playoffs. That's the word of the week. Playoffs." Let's get to that first super chat of the day, man. Shout out Spider. If y'all want to make sure to get y'all comments seen, make sure to super chat it. Spider D with the super chat. Appreciate the support, brother. He says, "You called my bruh." He said, "You called my bruh 10-7 go Raiders." Yes, sir, man. Look, for those who don't know, when I first started my content, when I first started creating content, my prediction around draft time, it was 10-7 that we'd be in a wild card position. You know what I mean? And it came to fruition, and it's pretty dope that, you know what I mean, you have a take, and it's a take that takes the whole season, right? It takes the whole season to see if it comes true, and we ended up 10-7 like I predicted. So appreciate you pointing that out, man. Appreciate you calling that as well. We're heating up at the right time, most definitely. Most definitely. But you look at teams like the Colts, for instance. Let me change this again, man, because I don't like that glare. I just don't like that glare. I just don't. See, I don't like that glare. What are we doing? What are we doing, huh? What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. There it is, y'all. There it is. We back in the flesh. There it is. Thank you very much for waiting. Sorry for the inconvenience. But we in the building. Mike Niza pulled up on us. He said, "Good morning, Red. Playoffs. Just what we needed to quiet the doubters." Most definitely, brother. We definitely quiet the doubters. The critics, the doubters, the car haters, and every other football fan out there. You know what I mean? Them stinky ass Chargers fans that was talking all that snap. Look, proved them wrong. Cap. NorCal Raider Jesse in the building said, "Rate them likes." Yes, sir. Make sure y'all rate them like button. We over 100 deep already. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if y'all new. And shout out to Jesse for pulling up, man, and putting on for the team. Chris Gang said Sherbert wanted to tie so bad. Y'all see that little clip I posted, man? He was on the sidelines talking to the coach, talking to Staley, and was talking about I haven't wanted a tie so bad. That's what he said. He said, "I haven't wanted a tie so bad." So, you know what I mean? Did that coach make the wrong decision? I think he did. I think he definitely did. I think he made the wrong decision, yo. As far as the Chargers coach made the wrong decision. Tony says, "Had about 2 beers for every 4th down we gave up." Oh, damn. You must have been slizzard. You must have been slumped, Tony. Shout out, Tony, for always being fun, bro. Shout out, Tony. William Merchant. Sign AB for a play. Nah, bro. Fuck AB. Ryan in the building. Ryan Woo. Shout out Ryan Woo. He said 30 career game-winning drives. Yeah, shout out Carr, man. But look, let's you know what I want to do this morning, man? I want to talk about Derek Carr. And we're going to stay positive, but I want to talk about Derek Carr, man. Shout out Farrell for pulling up, bro. He pulled up with the kid last night. Sherbert wanted a tie. Yeah, he did, man. He didn't want that tie. And I'm not mad at Sherbert. I think we're going to have issues, bro. We're going to have issues. If y'all think otherwise, y'all can let me know in the chat. But I think we're going to have issues with Justin Herbert. He's going to give us problems. And Patrick Mahomes, he's going to give us problems. And let's see what the Broncos do. If the Broncos end up trying to get a quarterback, they might give us problems as well. But man, we got a hell of a division. Shout out Kuze. He says, "What's your opinion on Bradley, man? Shake my head." I like this question, man. I like this super a lot because, you know, just a few weeks ago, I had made the comments and I had made statements like, I don't think it's so much Bradley's scheme that I thought it was the players. And I had put that out there because there was many opportunities I felt like the players could have had and they didn't take advantage of. So I can't really blame Bradley too much. And an example of that is when we were playing the Colts, Think about those. Think about when the players ran into each other, the ball tips backwards into the end zone to T.Y. Hilton. It's kind of like, can you blame the coach for that? Because he put them in position to make a play, right? He had two defenders. He had two defenders in the same area. And at that point, the player just has to make a play. The player has to come down with the ball. And that's where I kind of get disconnected between whether it's Bradley's scheme or if we just don't have the right players. I don't think really either. I think Bradley knows what the hell he's doing. Honestly, I think he knows what the hell he's doing. And then also, I think we have the right players. We just have to continue growing and get that experience. That's all. That's in my opinion, though. That's just my opinion as far as Bradley. I know some people don't like him. We gave up a lot of fourth downs this past game, a lot of third downs. We had a 3rd and 17, and we caused a penalty. Brandon Faison got a penalty on 3rd and 17. That right there, yes, you could say it's coaching, but at the same time, it's kind of like, man, you could tell your player, hey, don't go hold that guy, or else it's going to be a first down. But at the same time, it's like, what can you can only do so much. Not only that, Brandon Faison is what, like, is he even like a top 3 corner on our team when we started the season, right? Think about that. We have Brandon Faison out there that we have starting for our team. But Damon Arnett left. Amik Robertson is hurt, I believe, or he's a healthy scratch. He's just getting benched. You have those 2 guys that are out that we drafted. Trayvon Mullen, our starting corner, is out. So you have that guy, Brandon Faison, giving up a 3rd and 17 on these holding calls, getting beat on some plays. So I don't know, man. As far as Bradley, I'm not really 50-50. I'm more 70-30. I like Bradley. I would keep Gus Bradley, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Continue to let him build the defense he likes. Continue to let him get the players he likes. I know he doesn't attack a lot. Those 4th downs, that was crucial, but definitely a good question, man. Definitely a good question. I like Gus Bradley. That's just my opinion. I like Gus Bradley. Jeffrey Willis, man. Good morning. And it's over here too. Okay, Jeffrey Willis says the moment Herbert said, "I take the tie right now, no mercy." Yeah, man, no mercy, bro. The fact he tells his coach that, and then his coach turns around, calls a timeout, and is like, "Look, we're gonna screw this whole thing up. We're not even gonna go for no tie. We're gonna screw this whole thing up." It was kind of funny, man. Like, we call a timeout. Or he calls a timeout, and it was like, why did you call a timeout? You should have just let the play clock run out so you know you can make the playoffs. He calls a timeout, then the very next play, Josh Jacobs breaks for a run, and we get the first down. So he kind of screwed himself right there. So I don't know what he was thinking, bro. I don't know what he was thinking. Gilbert says a win is the best deodorant. And I mean, that's a good statement right there, bro. That's a good way to put it. You know, you win the game, and then everything that kind of happened, it kind of gets, you know what I mean, kind of gets looks a little cleaner. You know what I mean? That bad smell starts to go away, and then you start to forget. But Jesse Raider 74, what's a super chat? Appreciate you, brother. He says it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Let's fucking go, Raider Nation for life. Raiders. Yeah. Shout out Jesse with the super chat, man. That's true, man. But the thing is, when you think about it, we started pretty well. And then at the end of the game, we gave up a lot. And we still finished strong. We still persevered, which I figured we would. I feel like when the game goes down to the line like that, you can't go against our team because they've done it so many times, right? Derek Carr's done it so many times to where the game is on the line. We end up persevering. We end up winning. We end up successful in what we're trying to do. And if you go back and you think about the very first game of the season against the Baltimore Ravens, we were beating the Baltimore Ravens, and then we end up letting them score, and they come back into the game, and then we tie, go to overtime, right? Think about that. We played the Ravens, and we end up in overtime. And then a few weeks later, we play Miami. And we go into overtime again. Against Miami. And mind you, we were up by 8 points against Miami with about 6 minutes left or something like that. It was the fourth quarter. They end up on a drive, scoring a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on the last drive, putting us in overtime, right? So this isn't the first time. Third time this season was against the Dallas Cowboys. We were up against the Dallas Cowboys, I believe, by 11 points. I believe we were up 11 points against the Dallas Cowboys in the fourth quarter. They go down, they score a 2-point touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and they kick a field goal and they score. So that was the third time. And then last night was the fourth. We were up by 15. We let them score 15 points with 8 minutes left in the game, and we go to overtime. So, look, man, this isn't the first time. This is not the first time. Mike Morris says, shout out to Raider Andy for calling Carlson, winning it for us. Yes, most definitely, bro. He definitely called that one. Definitely called that one. Good call. Good call. SoCal Nation says, file on. We're going to need an injury update on Darius Philon. Make sure to let me know in the comments if anybody knows the injury update on Darius Philon. Hopefully he is healthy. Hopefully he is okay, because that man showed out yesterday. Jeff Henderson says, Zay Jones proven to be the player that DC Ford thought he would be. Yeah, man, Zay Jones and DC connected in the clutch in overtime on that last pass play on the sidelines, yo. That was beautiful. A third and eight. That was solid. Definitely solid. Mondo Ray is in the building. He said, what up, Doe Raid? Monday fun day. Yes, sir. Victory Monday. Feeling good. Shout out JoJo. I see you pulled up, man. Zach in the building. 303 says, bring Brian Flores as defensive coordinator. How y'all feel about that one? Yes, he had that penalty, but Brandon Faison is balling. Yeah, most definitely, bro. But to my point was that Gus Bradley has to work with this now, right? Like, Brandon Faison wasn't the starter at the beginning of the season, right? He wasn't even on the team at the beginning of the season, from what I understand. So, from my knowledge, so the fact that he's able to bring Brandon Faison in, Jonathan Abram went down. He had to go get Denzel Perriman real quick. Littleton, he got Diablo playing over Littleton now. So he's made changes to make the defense better, right? These last 3 weeks, prior to the Chargers, the previous 3 weeks, our defense played well. We played the Colts, we played the Browns, and we played the Colts, Browns, and we played, I'm drawing a blank, the Colts, the Browns. Damn, who the hell else do we play? The Broncos. I was drawing a blank. And the defense played well. And I wanted to see what the defense would do against the Chargers, because when we talk about those 3 teams, Broncos, Browns, and Colts, they're predominantly a run team. Their quarterback is below average, right? In my opinion, Carson Wentz below average. And my question was our defense benefiting from poor quarterback play? And the answer was the question was kind of answered playing the Chargers, because Herbert was out there tripping. That boy was tripping. Fourth down, that boy Herbert was trying to get that ball into the end zone every single chance he could get. And they didn't spare a damn down, bro. They did not spare a down. They did not spare a play. Fourth down, going for it in their own end zone as well. Disrespectful bastards. Fink Blue with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He says, do you think we have a good chance to beat the Bengals? And I would say most definitely. I most definitely think we have a chance. Obviously, we can't go out there and shit the bed, but I definitely think we have a chance, because the fact that we already have played them and that we lost. And that's why I think we have a chance. That's just my opinion. Because just the mindset, right? Just the mindset of, look, we lost before. Now we got to go out there and we got to go tap in and see what we got to do. We got to go watch the film and see what we have to do. This is the only people we have to focus on. We need to play this Cincinnati Bengals team. Not only that, this Cincinnati Bengals team kind of reminds me, you know what I mean? And some people disagree, but they remind me of the Chargers. Their defensive line is very good. The defensive line is good. They have good defensive backs, a good safety, good corners out there, right? Then you look on the flip side on the offense, second-year star quarterback. You got Joe Burrow. We played Justin Herbert. Now we got to go play Joe Burrow, right? You have great wide receivers. You got Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. And then over there in Cincy, you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, right? They have that third guy. Chargers, they have Cook. Uzma is it with the Bengals. Mixon in the backfield for the Bengals. Eckler in the backfield for the Chargers. So I see a lot of similarities there, and I think we could definitely go out there and give them a competitive game. But you cannot sleep on them, bro, because they will light your ass up. Burrow is not afraid to throw that ball 30 yards, 40 yards downfield, man. That boy will light your ass up. So we definitely have to be on our A game and can't underestimate them. And I think the fact that we lost that first match is gonna help us not underestimate them, right? We're gonna go in like, yo, they beat us last time. Now it's time to go in there and make shit happen, right? And like William Merchant says, Fang Vu, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Hell yeah. He said, boy said, kill the kitties. Yo, y'all ruthless. Tame the tigers. That boy Tickler coming with all sorts of hashtags, man. Agent Red said, could be a bad weather game as well. X factor. Most definitely an X factor, man. I think if the weather permits to be cold, to be snowy. Matter of fact, let me pull it up, man. I'm gonna check this weather real quick. You know what I mean? What other YouTuber goes and checks the fucking weather for the games, bro? And we're about to check it out right now, man. Let's see if we can get Cincinnati. Cincinnati weather. Cincinnati 10-day weather. Let's look it up. It says Saturday is supposed to snow. It says Saturday is supposed to snow, y'all. So will we see the Raiders playing in snow? When's the last time we seen the Raiders playing snow? When's the last time we seen the Raiders playing snow, y'all? Right here. We got the snow, a Raiders game in the snow. It says 35 degrees, so it's going to be cold in a mug. It's going to be around freezing temperatures. Precipitation 60, humidity 68, winds at 9, so it won't be too windy, but got to keep that in mind, that wind. Got to keep that wind in mind. So Carlson, you might be clutch in the stadium, but boy, in the outdoor weather, it's going to be different. Precipitation, you got the wind, and then, like I said, 9 miles per hour with the wind, temperatures, but it does say it's going to snow. It does say it's going to snow. Let's go down here. Let's see what are the chances. Let's see if they have anything that says the chances. Saturday, where's Saturday? Right here, the 16th, 15th, excuse me, 35 degrees, snow showers. Snow showers. Sheesh. Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready to see the Raiders play in the snow, y'all? Y'all ready to see the Raiders play in the snow, man? This is gonna be fire, bro. We should wear that all white too. Wear that all white in the snow. That would be fire. Tony says Tuck rule here in New England. Oh my gosh, bro, that's brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. Denver 2004. Oof, taking it way back, brother. Taking it way back. Element says snow don't affect throws too much. DC should be good. Yeah, well, Element, you know how people say Derek Carr has problems playing in the cold. People say Derek Carr has a problem playing in the cold. This right here will prove. The thing is, though, we're not used to playing in the cold. We don't ever play in the cold. You feel me? So we'll see what happens. It's a team game. All three aspects have to work, not just Derek. Come on, Raiders. Yeah, 100%, man. And I think that yesterday showed it, right? Derek Carr was missing throws yesterday that was making me disappointed at the end of the day. Derek Carr was missing throws that I feel like he usually makes. And that right there didn't have me too worried. It didn't have me really too worried, but I want to see him make those throws. And this is where I'm going to become very critical of Derek Carr, is if he doesn't make these throws in this next week's game, right? You have to go out there and make those throws. You have to drop those passes in the bucket. And I know he can because we've seen him do it, right? That last throw to Zay Jones, that throw and catch between him and Zay Jones on the sidelines, that was a beautiful throw. He made a beautiful throw to Zay Jones earlier in the game. 200 Renfro also, right? Over the head to Rashard. He was making good throws, but those open ones, we want to see Derek Carr get those, right? You gotta make those throws. It's playoff time. Let's get it, y'all. Fish and Rip says lost to Brady with the F rule. Oh man. Yeah, not as bad as the Bills, most definitely. Against the Patriots. Yep, Tuck rule. So this is gonna be fun, y'all. I'm so glad. I'm glad y'all out here. I'm glad y'all out here. Just let me know the last time y'all seen the snow game, because I was thinking to myself like, am I tripping, or I haven't seen the Raiders playing the snow in years, right? So this will be fun. This will be fun. It'll be a different kind of energy. Just the fact that we're seeing our team in the snow. It's going to be the playoffs. It's going to be on Saturday. So y'all be lit. Y'all be stay tuned. That's just going to be fire. JR Raider in the building says, this team has me tears. I'm so proud of them. Yo, that's so funny. I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. But he says, this team has me tears. I'm so proud of them. Let's Gus continue to build. Dude, how about HCB? Just one baby. Let's go playoff time. 4 needs, 2 deliver. Look, man, 100% agree with you. When the team won yesterday, man, I was like, yo, man, I was speechless. They was finna have me in tears too, man. I was speechless. I was like, yo, the playoffs, like we're just legitimately in the playoffs. We did what we had to do after everything that's happened. So 100% hear you, man. And definitely like Gus Bradley build. You can't give the guy 1 year and then be like, oh, nope, you got to go because you didn't do so. No, I don't think you could do that, man. Especially since we're in the playoffs, especially because the performance he put on for these previous 3 weeks prior to the Chargers, also against the Chargers this week. So I think you definitely got to give Gus Bradley some time. And then, you know what I mean? You have to give flowers to head coach Bisaccia, like JR says. You got to give him his credit, right? I'm not a big fan of Coach Bisaccia, but the fact that he got this team to rally around him, the fact that he's able to lead this team into the playoffs and get over all the obstacles that that were placed in front of him, I think that's pretty amazing, man. You hear the news about Nate Hobbs come out, you know what I mean, this week. He had to deal with we had to deal with the Damon Arnett situations, the Ruggs situations. This was all under Coach Bisaccia. You know, Gruden was gone before all this stuff happened. So shout out Coach B for being able to get all that situated. It says, hope you wear our whites. Yeah, would y'all want to wear the white or the black jerseys in the snow? Would y'all want to wear white or black? I feel like wearing the white jerseys could help us and also be a disadvantage. You know what I mean? But I don't really know. Hollywood Silva says, I'm proud of our team. So glad for Carr. Yo, I like Gus, but damn, blitz one of these 4th downs. Geez, 100% agree, bro. Like, I think the thing is, obviously he's picking and choosing his plays, and I brought it up pregame that on 3rd down, and that Gus Bradley likes to run man blitz on 3rd down. He'll run zone, and then whatever situation, 3rd down, 4th down, he'll run a man blitz. And just yesterday, you know, he did it sometimes. We got beat on a couple of them, but they were working. They were getting them off the field. But at the same time, those 4th downs, like Hollywood saying, Silva saying, he said, you know what I mean? You got to continue to blitz on those 4th downs because we were just giving Herbert a little bit too much time. And at the same time, you have to give credit to the other team, bro. They were fighting. They were trying to stay in the game. They have Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook. They have weapons. They have an arsenal over there. And so still have to give them credit. But at the same time, shout out to the defense. And Gus Bradley will figure it out, man. That was way too many 4th downs. Eternal Boss says, I was in disbelief that they actually pulled it off, but I'm glad they did. Raider Nation, stand up. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Frank X says, who's the Raiders' number 1 wide receiver? The Raiders' number 1 wide receiver, in my opinion. Now, I'm trying to figure out how you're asking the question, because our number 1 wide receiver is technically Bryan Edwards, right? As far as the depth chart, our number 1 wide receiver, as far as the depth chart, I would say it goes Bryan Edwards, Zay Jones, and then Hunter Renfrow. And I'm not saying Hunter Renfrow is the 3rd best. I'm just saying the way it's lined up. You're not going to have Hunter Renfrow lined up as your X and Z, right? He's your slot guy. And I know he could line up multiple places, but he's really not an outside guy. So, but as far as talent, as far as production, obviously it's Hunter Renfrow is our number 1 receiver. So I'm just seeing. I try to answer that question both ways. However someone could interpret that. But I would say Bryan Edwards our number 1 wide receiver as far as depth chart. As far as production, it's obviously Renfrow. our best receiver, not wide receiver, but our best receiver, I would say is Darren Waller as our best receiver. Between him and Hunter Renfrow, you know what I mean? They do great things. They do different things great. Eric says Tuck rule 2. Please God, no. That I don't think it could happen, man. I don't think that could happen just based off the fact that there'd be too much uproar. You know what I mean? In these kind of days. Raider Hector in the building. He says, "Let's go." I'm still on that high from that W last night. Let's kill them kittens. Raider Nation for life. Yo, let's go. Right? Let's go, Hector. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get that work in, man. I'm still right. You know what I mean? We deserve to ride this high the whole week until Saturday. Until Saturday. We deserve to feel the way we do until Saturday. It's that simple. It's that simple. I mean, you can't really cut it up any other way. We did what we had to do. We stuck it out with our team. Think about that, man. We stuck it out with our team. Everything that's happened this year as fans, we still stuck it out. So we deserve this as fans, bro. We deserve this as fans. Waller had a huge drop. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where you kind of think about it. Was Waller dropped more passes this game than he caught? Someone could correct me, but I believe Waller dropped more passes this game than he caught. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And, you know, I seen Zay Jones drop a pass, Hunter Renfrow dropped the pass, Waller dropped the pass. And it's like, yeah, we dropped some passes. Derek Carr missed some throws. The offensive line missed some blocks. But it was pretty clean game, man. What up, Tape? What up, Nation? Just win, baby. Yes, sir, Albert. Shout out, Albert. Good morning, man. Hope you're doing good, Garcia. Hope you're doing good. Pearl says we need the experience 100%, bro. We definitely need the experience. Zach says this team played together. D-line and O-line down the stretch, balled out. Carr was solid. Coverage besides fourth down was good. This team could really do something. 100%, Zach. This team really could, man. They played as a cohesive unit. They really made it a game down the line. They made it a game. When we're up and we had a lead, it probably didn't have to end like that. It's kind of like Denzel Perriman said after the game. Denzel Perriman said, you know, we got to stop winning like this. And then he goes on to say, but hey, we're still winning and we're in the playoffs. And to touch on that, it's like, yeah, we got to stop winning this way. We should have been able to just win 29-14, right? We're up 29. They have 14 with 8 minutes left. We should have been able to close it out. We stopped them on one drive. We stopped them one time. And the game is pretty much over as long as the offense holds the ball for at least a couple minutes. But I mean, yeah, tough game. We're playing a very good opponent. There's a reason it was a good game, and it was so hyped because the Chargers are a good football team themselves. You know, you can't take that away from them. So Payson Cunningham says Jacobs got hot just in time. Yes, 100% Cunningham. Good take. Good point. Jacobs got hot just in time. And we'll see more Mariota. Eastern Michigan boy Max going to have some fun too. Yeah, that boy Max going to definitely have to go out there and ball out against Cincy. You know, the last time he has a historic game against the Bengals when he had that 4-sack. I think that was his rookie year. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But to your point about Jacobs getting hot at just the right time, bro, that's dead. You're dead on, man, because the fact that this man had over 100, this man had his best game this so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this man had his best game last night. Did he not? Let me go ahead and pull up this. Let me go ahead and pull up the game cap so then we could go ahead and look at these numbers real quick, because he had his best game against the Chargers last night, right? Over 100 yards rushing, 26 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown and a long of 28. That's a solid game. 132 yards. Shout out Jacobs, man. Jacobs had a quiet, sneaky good game. And you can't take that away from the man. 132 yards. He had double the yards that Austin Eckler had. That's solid. That's solid right there. Double the yards. You see 64 Double that would be 128. He had 132 yards. That's beautiful right there. Love to see that. And then Brian Edwards, not a crazy game, but 4 receptions for 63 yards. You can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. With a long of 30. Morrow with a long of 44. How about that play by Morrow, man? Is this screen? Why is the screen all white? What the hell happened? What happened? Was the screen white the whole time? But Morrow had a sneaky good play, man, that I don't think that is very underrated. I don't think a lot of people talk about that play that Morrow had. That was a very good play. Sneaky good play, man. Jacobs got hot. Yeah, and then we'll see more Mariota. I like the Mariota packages. The only thing I don't like is the fact that we ran the same play back-to-back. Just instead of running with Mariota, we handed it off to Renfro. And I was like, what the hell was that? That had me shook. I'm not going to lie to y'all. That had me shook. When we handed the ball off to Renfro after Mariota ran it, we basically ran the same play twice. I was like, what was that? Why did we do that? Jesse Rader, man, says the slush game against the Browns. Oh, okay. Slush game against the – okay, yep. When was that? That was a couple years ago? O-line, no penalties, huh? Did the O-line have any penalties? And I want to say we did have a penalty on the offensive line. I want to say we had one. Didn't we have one? One false start? I want to say we had one full start, but they did have a pretty clean game, Tickler. Good point, though. They did have a pretty clean game, man. Most definitely. Joshua says, we toasted Nicole. Sorry. So we toasted Nicole, man. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens. If Jacobs could go out there and have himself a good game, we should be all right. Man. Chaz, good morning to you, brother. Good morning. Make Spitfire in the building. He says, I bet Carr underthrowing. His receiver was stuck in his head all week and had something to do with him overthrowing everyone. You know, Make Spitfire, that's a good point, bro, because he was underthrowing a lot of people. He was throwing those picks, and I don't think he wanted to throw any interceptions. So it was throwing off his, you know what I mean, not really his mechanics, but throwing off his mental. And I 100% agree with you, May Spitfire, that Carr's mental, there was something going on there, right? He was missing those throws. He was overthrowing them. Not only that, he kind of looked, you know what I mean, like he needed to take a deep breath and relax because bro looked like he was under a lot of pressure. And I think he was, you know what I mean, the game right before be able to make the playoffs. He's been, you know what I mean? He got hurt the last time, so definitely tough. Darth Vader says 10-7. You were right, Ray. Appreciate you, brother. Man, I'm glad. It's not even because I said it, just because we're in the playoffs, man. Chester Raider says, "What's up, Ray? Yo, you got a picture of Joey? Is that Porter?" Says, "What's up, Ray? What do you think of Waller's performance?" You know, when it comes to Waller, man, it's tough for me because I've been one of the people that, and I continue to say it, I've been one of the people that's kind of said, look, I'm not opposed to trading Waller, right? I've been one of those people. But we can go ahead and look at Waller's numbers. Let's look at him. He was 2. My gosh. I didn't even know that he had 9 targets. My guy went 2 receptions, 22 yards for 9 targets. 9 targets. Holy smokes, bro. That's terrible. That's not very good. I didn't know he had 9 targets. Two catches for 22 yards. Yeah, that's not. We got to improve on this. Definitely. Hopefully, Waller is going to be able to practice this week, kind of get his feet under him. Also, Carr did miss him a couple times, so it's not all on Waller. Some of it's on Carr as well. So, Zay Jones with only 27 yards and 5 receptions. But tell me right now that Zay Jones' receptions were important, right? Those yards that he got were very important, very important. So Zay Jones had a sneaky good game, bro. 27 yards, it's not a lot. He had 8 targets, right? And he had a long of 11. So that means he had 4 catches for 16 yards, really. Very sneaky game for Zay Jones. I definitely think a lot of his catches were clutch, We needed them to come through, and they did. So shout out Zay Jones. And that's pretty much the whole receiver core, right? They made them catches when we needed them. Sully says Goldberg is my man. We can't fire him, keep him. Yeah, shout out Coach B, man. Shout out Coach B, most definitely. Shout out Coach B. Element says wear black jerseys because white could be a problem too. Yeah, see, that's L says white helps D, and that's kind of what I was at. You know, it could be in our advantage, but at the same time, it could be a disadvantage because the white will help the defense because the quarterback's going to have problems with their eyes, kind of, you know what I mean, keeping that focus. You know what I mean? You're going to blend in with that snow if it's heavy. But as far as the offense, then it's going to be hard because then the receiver is going to be in all white. It's going to be hard to see him downfield. So, you know what I mean? That's what I was kind of saying. It could work at an advantage, disadvantage. Chris Gang says Cincinnati got a same offense as Chargers. We need to blitz Burrow. Yeah, Burrow throws it downfield a lot. You know what I mean? They have a real vertical presence on the Chargers team. They have guys that can make some crazy catches. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd will make some spectacular catches too. So definitely have to Hey Ray, stopping by before I go to bed. Get to bed. We did it. Just win, baby. Shout out Advocacy, man. I know you out outside the U.S. and I know you your times are crazy. We definitely got a link. Maybe one time I could hop on this show or something. But shout out to you, man, from overseas putting on for the Raiders. Colin says, hey, run for that number one. Oh snap! I'm way behind, huh? I'm way behind. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss no supers. Let me make sure I didn't miss no snoopers because I'm way beyond in the chat. My fault, y'all. We saw many chats. I'll be trying to read y'all chat, get y'all in there at the same time. You feel me? But I appreciate everybody that's able to pull up. We're over 300 deep, yo. If y'all can, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If y'all can, follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. I interact a lot on Instagram. DMs, commenting, posting stuff, doing polls, different polls. You know what I mean? Which player will do so good? This player or that player. You know, me and Element Pro go back and forth on Instagram all the time. So I definitely able to get more personal and interact with the chat with the audience a lot more on Instagram. He says, "Don't ever run Mariota twice in a row again in life." And on that note, man, Mariota definitely. No running it back to back like that, man. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Just doesn't make sense. Raider Quan says was at the game. Shout out to Quan, man. If he was at the game, I hope he had a good, safe time, bro. I know you had a blast. We won, so I know you out there had a good time. Appreciate you being able to make the game and cheering for our team. He says, talk your shit, Ray. Offense showed a will to win. Defense played well in spurts. How you feel about the path towards the AFC ship? I mean, that's a good question, man. And we could jump right into it. I have this up on the screen already. So let me pull this up. And let's go ahead and look at the playoff. Let's go ahead and look at what the playoff standings is right now, right? If we look at the standings, can we look at the standings? Okay, wild card. Full scoreboard. Can we switch at the wild card when I go to the scoreboard? No. Right here. Here we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get this up on for you. Control. Let me scoot this thing out so y'all can see more. No Richard. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave it like this. But here we have the Bengals, y'all. So if we go into this game, and to answer Raider Quan's question, if we go into this game, you know what I mean? The Bengals are a tough team. They're 5-4 at home, though. We're 5-3 on the road. And we got to play them 1:30, and it's going to be snowing. So we have to get past the Bengals, okay? We have to get past the Bengals. And then you see in the other AFC matchup, you have the Patriots and the Bills, which is going to be a great game. Who would y'all rather play? Let me get to this super chat as well. JR65, not only are we in the playoffs, we are the 5th seed, better than 7th. And do you think we'll meet the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, 3rd time the charm? Wow. And I'm glad you put this super because it's going to tie into everything we're talking about. It's going to tie into the other super chat from Raider Quan as well. you guys are kind of asking something somewhat similar. And let's go ahead and dive into it, man. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And let's see what the chat says real quick. Let's see where the chat is at with this real quick. Tickler says, where the JJ haters at? Yeah, man. Me personally, I was very critical of JJ. I was very critical of him. I was ready to see, I was ready to see more of JJ. And I think, it was rightfully so to criticize Josh Jacobs, because the fact that you could sit here and say that he had a good game today, but he hasn't had a game like today throughout the whole season, I think that criticism kind of, is justified, because just based off that fact, the fact that he had such a game last night and he hasn't had a game like that all year, I think it kind of justifies that criticism. And the fact that he's able to come out and have that game, though, when we need it most, I give that respect. I give credit where it's due, man. So JJ definitely got a lot of criticism, rightfully so. In my opinion, rightfully so. And I base that a lot off of, if everybody else is going to perform, then he has to perform as well. But he went out there and did the damn thing, man. He went out there and did the damn thing. Element Pro says, I got on JJ a little bit. I won't lie. But rightfully so, is justified. If you're not performing well, you're going to get some criticism. Same thing happened with Carr. This is a different comment right here. What does it say? What does this man talk about? He says, I hate Raider fans. Okay. Hell of a comment, brother. Next time, make sure to super chat that. Luis, next time you want to say that, make sure you super chat it. Brother. But let's hop into this playoff talk, like we was getting at with them super chats from my boy Quan was asking, and JR65 was asking in the super chats. They were asking about the playoffs, man, and like I said, who would y'all want to see? Who would y'all rather see? Would y'all rather see the Patriots or the Bills? Y'all let me know. No, Keith. Just block that fool. Nah, we don't blind people over here, man. I don't really blind people. I don't really snipe people, take people out. I try to reason with them. Hear where they're coming from. And then once they get it all out their system, they come to terms. They'll come to terms and they'll be like, all right, dude is reasonable, So you got to let those people get it out. Luis in his baby bottle. Exactly, LMN. Anyways. But let me know who would y'all rather see, the Bills or the Patriots? And let me go ahead and do something real quick, because although I'm asking who would you rather see, the Bills or the Patriots, that doesn't necessarily mean we would play them, right? Right? Because I think if you look at the standings, let's go to the standings real quick. Okay, so if you go to the standings, conference, boom. Technically, I think we would have to play. So depending on who won, I think if the Bills win, dang, this is y'all gonna have to help me with this one. The Patriots could out coach us. Oof, that's a good point. Sammy says Patriots could out coach us, and I definitely agree, bro. I definitely agree. Tino says, I think the Bills, Pats would out coach us by a lot. Oof. Yeah, man. Most definitely. And so who would we play, though, if we ended up, because I think we'd end up having to play Tennessee since they're first, and we would be the very last. We'd be the very last. Or if the Patriots beat the Bills, then maybe the Patriots play the Titans, and then we play the Chiefs, right? Is that how it would go? Y'all let me know. Well, who the hell is Steelers playing? Oh, the Chiefs. Oh, yeah, the Steelers are playing the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. So it depends. So I think it depends between Pittsburgh and New England, if either of them win. Basically, the lowest seed, right? If we're the lowest seed, we'll play the highest seed, which would be the Titans. If we end up being, you know what I mean? If New England ends up winning, then we would play the Chiefs if they beat the Steelers. So I hope y'all can understand what I was saying. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. And I hope I explained it right and clearly. Mo Dizzle says Pats home play off game. Yeah, home playoff game. Yeah, man. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Because if we do play the Pats, we would play them at home. That's a very good point, Mo Dizzle. Very good. Patriots' home record is worse. Okay. Said reseeding next round. Semi says, I'm calling it the Steelers take out the Chiefs. 27-30. Y'all gonna have to screenshot this one. Screenshot this one and DM it to somebody, save it. Because if you're right, bro, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you if you're right on that. Tino says highest seed plays lowest seed and so on. Yep, exactly. So it just depends on these matchups, right? Depends on the Patriots and the Bills. The Steelers and the Chiefs, right? Like Simi said, he thinks the Steelers might beat the Chiefs. And if the Steelers beat the Chiefs, then the Steelers will play Tennessee. And then we will play the winner of the Bills or the Patriots. Okay. But we have to beat Cincinnati first, and that's going to be a tough matchup. So we'll definitely have to. DC4 overruled Bisaccia and had that smirk on his face when he called timeout for Clutzelson. DC4 wanted to send Bolts home. Bisaccia wanted the tie. That's an interesting comment, man. That's a very interesting statement to say. I don't know 100%. I don't know 100%, man. But look, if DC4 has the guts, has the you know what I mean, has the back to do that, hey, more power to you, DC4, because it ended up working out, man. Luigi says, hey, sorry I'm late. You all good, brother. You all good, brother. Just glad you're able to make it. Glad you're able to enjoy this victory with the rest of Raider Nation. He says, but I just checked the weather. There's a 60% chance of snow on Saturday's game. And I know you're late, man, and we touched on the snow. We touched on that. I brought up the weather report on the screen. You know what I mean? And it's going to be some snow. And I got asked, when's the last time we seen some snow, the Raiders playing some snow, right? It's been a minute. So it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be a football game to watch. You feel me? So definitely going to be dope. Kuzay says 17 balled out too. Tyron Johnson. Shout out Tyron Johnson on the special teams play, man. Definitely special teams play when he got that fumble. When we punt the ball off, he went out there, got the fumble, and Diablo recovered it. Shout out Tyron Johnson for that, man. Big time underrated play. We extended him. For those that don't know, we extended Tyron Johnson, number 17, I believe. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the length or anything, but I believe we signed him to a long-term contract. General manager Mike Mayock, keeping around Daniel Carlson, keeping around AJ Cole, going to get Tyron Johnson now. It makes you wonder who else is going to get an extension, right? Does Carr get an extension? Does Coach Bisaccia stick around? Will Waller get a bigger contract in the near future? Do we keep JJ? Do we keep JJ with his 5th-year option and sign him to an extension? All sorts of stuff, man. So we have a lot of stuff to look into, man. But I've been on here for about an hour. We're over 350 people deep. I hate to go, but been on here for about an hour now. I appreciate everybody that's able to pull up, everybody that's able to show up for Raider Nation. Remember, it's Victory Monday, y'all. It's Victory Monday. Enjoy the week. Enjoy this time. We are in the playoffs. Talk your shit. Make sure y'all talk your shit at work, at school, at the gym, right? Wherever you go, to your family members, to your wife, and to your kids. Let them know that it's Raider Nation for life. And we go into the playoffs. Good game, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what I mean? I'm just so glad that we're able to be in this position to get it. And Dark AD says, let's hope the Steelers win. Yeah, man. Most definitely, man. Will be very interesting. Chris Gang says, stay up, Raider. Shout out Chris Gang for always supporting. Stay up, Chris Gang. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe if y'all new here. I'm going to get these last couple super chats. Mo Dizzle says, do the current extensions mean Mayock sticking around? In my opinion, and I've said this already, I think that I think that General Mayock, look at me, man. See, this is why I've already been on too long. Look, I'm already stumbling. Mike Mayock is going to stick around. Just the simple fact that there was rumors that we were going to look for a head coach while he still as the GM. That right there was a sign for me to say, look, if we're able to keep him around and look at coaches at the same time, then we must be keeping him around. I think Mike Mayock is staying around 100%. Tino says, just win, baby. Shout out Tino, man, for the super chat. I appreciate everybody that pulled up, man. Just win, baby. Like the boy Tino says, you already know what it is. Until next time, everybody.